Good afternoon, my fellow gardeners. After a very cold, icy start this morning, it's turned into a beautiful day. I set the gutter garden up the other day and I actually put it down there. I'll show you there in a minute, but the wind blew it over, so I had compost every flaming where. So I've put it there. I've altered the angle of the leg, and I've stood some things in front and some things behind, and that's really handy for things like your little spring onions, your radish, things that don't need too much depth of compost. I've grown beetroot in there in the past and they were fine, absolutely fine, as long as you pick them small. But these lettuces are starting to get a bit suspect. I'm not sure if they're going to bolt. Maybe they are. I'll try them, let's see. But I've got cuttings coming down here. I've moved everything out of Cuttings Corner. I don't want to blind you with the sun, but I've put up a squash frame in Cuttings Corner. I grew butternut squash down there last year. Oh my goodness, they were absolutely beautiful. So I'm getting myself all set up ready, because the very next nice day, Tony and I are going to sort out the scruffy bit. So I'm going to put a tomato and a cucumber there. I'm going to put another butternut squash there. Now it's really quite handy there because it's easy to feed it, easy to water it, and it gets plenty of sun. And that's actually the north side of the garden, so it's not really shading anything out. All the bulbs, I've transplanted loads of bulbs this afternoon. I was at work this morning, but I've transplanted loads of bulbs this afternoon, and they'll be lovely next spring. Let's go this way. That's for my French beans. Let's go. I've got hostas everywhere as divisions. I took them last year as divisions. There, look. And they're just starting to come now. So by the time, June, July maybe, there'll be good sized plants for the car boot sale. And they're dead easy to divide. Oh, there, look. Privet. When I cut the privet, I keep sticking them. I said to you the other day, I keep sticking them in pots, and the flipping things root and grow. But never mind. Now that we're into car boot sales, and last year was our first year, we had a really good successful year last year. That's for my peas. I'm actually going to put some threads across, well, strings across. It was actually some, I think it's called rebar, reinforcement bar. And it was really rusty and flimsy, and we had grown sweet peas and runner beans up a couple of years, and I'm thinking, it's getting a bit flimsy, so I put it there, and I think that's quite handy actually. It'll do me a couple of years. So I've planted sown peas this morning, hoping the mice will stay off them. There, look, that's for the butternut squash. I grew them last year there, and they were absolutely beautiful. So I thought this time, if I put them into the halos, aren't they? Put one in each halo, I can feed them just as you would a tomato. Oh, can you hear the birds? It's so lovely today. That makes me look huge, you know. I'm not actually as big as that. I always look massive on photographs for some reason, but I'm not. I'm not exactly svelte, but I'm not massive either. Oh, look. I'm going to say it again. Yellow hedge. It's all bushing out. It's looking so nice. Little Acer there is just starting to get buds on. I was starting to think we'd possibly lost that. I'll tell you what else I've done. I've put some crocus just along the edge there. I think they'll be beautiful. I was trying to find space for them because I've got not really a lot of space left in the garden for flowers. And I thought, well, I don't want to chuck them out, so I'll put them down there. This is a hot lips. It's just starting to come back now. I don't think it died back completely through the winter actually, but obviously when it gets flowers on, that's absolutely beautiful. Look at the hyacinths. You can only imagine how they smell. They're absolutely beautiful. I think I showed you the radish the other day, we're just starting to pop. Can you see them there? Let's get it a bit closer. Yep, they're going to be nice. As a couple of weeks' time we'll be eating radish. I add the leaves to the salads as well, you know. Radish, beetroot. If you can eat it, it goes in a salad with us. We eat absolutely anything. I'm not one of your picky porky. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? That's going to be beautiful. Now that was only planted last year, so that's going to be a few years before it becomes a decent hedge, but it's going to be lovely. I don't want to blind you in the sun, so I'll angle you down a bit. Hope you've all had a lovely day.